Ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha, and yesterday I released a video discussing how Valve has altered how loot boxes in Dota 2 are delivered to Dutch players insofar as, in order to comply with the Dutch gambling regulations, Valve has disabled the animations for Dutch players, as well as in June of this year, they also disabled their ability to sell loot boxes or their items on the Steam marketplace, and their ability to trade those items were disabled as well. Now, how the loot boxes, or treasures, work for Dutch players is they are shown the contents of that loot box prior to it being opened, again in order to comply with Dutch gambling regulations. Everything I'd posted in my previous video right up until I began discussing my opinions were 100% accurate, however after that, not so much. You see, it would seem that Dota 2 handles its loot boxes differently than what we see anywhere else. In those loot boxes, you're guaranteed a standard item with a chance to also gain items of increased rarity in addition to the standard items, not a chance to win one of the items shown, as I'd previously been led to believe. So the depiction on your screen now is not a possibility to win one of the items shown, but more accurately that the player would get all three. While my deductions in how tiered items and loot boxes is accurate and correct for other systems like Overwatch, it was not accurate nor applicable in the case of Dota 2. This was something that was pointed out to me while I was asleep by numerous people, many of them writing messages so long they could be considered a full doctoral dissertation on the ins and outs of Dota 2 treasures, and were sometimes 3 and 4 times longer than the original video was. While I appreciate the passion that some people show in their loot boxes and their desire to see accurate information related, I sadly do have to report to you that the majority of what was written will not be read due to time constraints alone. I have marked the original video as unlisted, so it shouldn't gain too much traction with new viewers, and I have disabled ads on that video and on this one, so I can make sure that I'm not profiting off of what amounts to a mistake. I will, of course, find a suitable charity to donate the ad revenue of the previous video to, so I can make sure that I won't be earning anything from that either. This was a mistake, and it is one that I hope now will be considered rectified. I thank you all for your time, and to those that showed a desire to make sure that I was aware of this error, I really do appreciate your dedication. It's a rarity these days, and while some of the messages were overly verbose, please don't get the impression that they were dismissed out of hand or ignored. They were very much taken to heart, and they were taken in the spirit in which they were sent. Thank you so much for taking the time to write them. I really do appreciate it. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha, and I'll see you next time.